Hello, everyone, and welcome to Between a Pot and a Hard Place. I'm Stephen Colton. So I think it's just going to be me. I don't know. Chris and I talked about moving this past Sunday's episode to today, and I don't know if there were some scheduling issues or not miscommunication, but misunderstanding or something. I don't know, but I didn't want to just kind of not do it. I know no one was really expecting us to do it, but I'm here. We might as well have a little chat, I guess. It's gonna be weird doing it by myself because, which is totally cool. I mean, I understand if things happen, but I at least wanted to come on here for a short little bit just to say, okay, yeah, we had an episode. May not have been a great one. I mean, not that it would be bad, but it's fun to have somebody to bounce off of. It's fun to have somebody to talk to about things and like, did you see this? Did you see that? I'm gonna try to go to Twitter here real quick and send it out because I don't know if anyone out there knows we're even on tonight. So we're gonna tweet it out real quick. So I mean, what are you guys thinking of all these new shows? Not new shows, but like new episodes of shows like The Flash. I just watched yesterday, and it came out. Of course, it airs on Wednesdays, and I watched it yesterday. I watch it usually the next day on CW app. Superbad and Lois was amazing this week. I've been watching this show on HBO Max, The Flight Attendant, starring Kaylee Cuoco, and I think I mentioned it on the show last week when we did our episode. It's really good. It's got kind of like a comedy mixture of, a mixture of comedy and drama and mystery, like CIA kind of stuff, and it's pretty cool. I really like it. It's definitely a mature show, though. It's not at all family oriented or family friendly in any way. So, I mean, let's see here. I should have done this before the show, but I wasn't thinking. It's been a long day. And yeah. Are we still here? Nah, my mic is probably good, but my camera's bad. So and we're still off. So let me try this. Oh, great. There we go. I don't know why that happens, but from time to time, it does. Time to time, the mic, or not the mic, but the camera goes out. And yeah, I feel like a Twilight Zone though. I know nobody's here because we didn't release this on me. I wasn't feeling very well. I was a little sick on Sunday, and I wanted to redo the show for tonight. And I don't know. I'm guessing we got some signals crossed or something somewhere, which is fine. If I'm alone, I don't know what this is. A little bump on my eye, little zit right there on the corner of the eye. But yeah, if I'm on my own, it's fine. I wanted to kind of get things on track because I know I've taken some days off on the show here due to various things, and I want to keep things on track because our 100th episode is special to me, and we're kind of off track on that schedule wise because we missed a few shows here and there, and I'm trying to get back. This is episode 96, and I'm trying to get to May 22nd being the 100th episode because May 22nd would have been my father's 60th birthday. And not that really, well, of course it matters, but like as far as the show goes, he had nothing to do with the show. Well, he did in a sense. Losing him was the inspiration and kind of the spark that lit the fuse for me to even do this at all in the beginning. And coming up on 100 episodes, a little over 2 years of doing some form of this show, as some of you may know, you can go to anchor.fm/between a pot and a hard place and check out some of our earlier episodes that were audio only, way before the advent of video, which, well, video was invented, but we just didn't do it. And those were a little raw. They were real. They were emotional. It was something I wanted to do. Now, again, there was no video, but it was just me talking, wanting to get some of this, I don't know, grief, anger, disappointment, sadness, whatever you go through losing a parent, and I wanted to get that out in some way other than just time. So. And it took a while. It took about 2 years to really get to a good place with that. And, but yeah, this show really helped me deal with that in the beginning. And then I had a friend, she came on as a co-host for a bit and things didn't work out. And so I went on to just doing a few by myself again. And then Chris came on as a guest because we had known each other for years online. We kind of bonded over Heroes. And then Heroes Reborn, and then we started talking about The Flash and Arrow, Smallville, all these shows, and then he just kept coming back and coming back and coming back. I believe one of the first things we reviewed on here was Code 8, I want to say. I don't remember what episode that was, but yeah, you can go on to anchor.fm/between a pot and a hard place and check out episode 1 through like, I don't know if I want to say like 30 something or whatever it was, because I did do audio only for quite some time. And then I want to say like episode 30 somewhere in there is when we started doing a video. And then I went back and did the audio only versions of some of these videos, and then I lost track of that. So, I mean, because, you got to download the stream, the live stream, download the video, and then pull the audio out of that, re-upload it, and all that. When we did Zoom, used to do Zoom shows before we started here on StreamYard, which, by the way, is wonderful. If anybody from StreamYard is checking this out, we love StreamYard. You can see up here, StreamYard. And, of course, our great little logo here with us on the correct coast. And, yeah, I mean, it's been great. It's been great to have this show going. It's been awesome. And it's totally morphed into something completely different than what it was 2 years ago when it initially started. It was just the idea of the show wasn't to go 2, 3, 4, 5, however many years. It was to just kind of act as an audio diary, this audible account of what I was going through in a way. And I sort of like therapy without a therapist, just being able to say things out loud, go back to it, listen to it. How did I feel? And a couple of people actually came to me, I want to say maybe a year ago or 18 months ago, something like that. and said, this episode, whatever. I don't want to say a number because I don't remember, but it was like episode 2 or 3 or something like that. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, that really hit me because I went through something similar or whatever." And that was the goal originally for that podcast, this podcast. But things change, things morph and transform into other things that are great. And I used to think, oh man, this is frustrating me. I'm kind of abandoning the idea of this podcast and the name itself, Between a Pod and a Hard Place. And if you guys don't remember, you can check this original logo up here. That's the first logo I did for the show. And then, of course, when Chris came along to become the permanent host, or permanent co-host, rather, the two of us, it's fun, And so I had to incorporate that and update the logo a little bit. But I always knew that there was going to be a microphone and a globe, because the idea of Between a Pot and a Hard Place is, frustrating times, hard times, depressing times. Excuse me. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? And that's the phrase. And when I was searching for names on Anchor, you type in a name and then it shows you a list of not matches, but it shows you a list of like people with similar names. And all these other ideas that I had were just boom, 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 tons of them, right? And then all of a sudden I searched for Between a Pot and a Hard Place. It just hit me. I can't snap. I don't know. But you get it. Just imagine a snap. Maybe we'll CGI in a snap sound or something later. But yeah, anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the name. It just hit me and I was like, okay, well, cool. We're going to go with that. And the less I talked about the sad things, the worse I felt about not talking about them, because that was the idea of the show. And then it was like, oh, well, I realized that much like anything else in life, you go through a sad period. You go through this time of like, oh, well, this is not fun, but then things get better. And you start to think about happier things and let those not hurtful, like somebody did something to you, like stabbing you with a knife. But no, you forget about that sad stuff and you start remembering the happy stuff. And pretty soon, sometimes it takes longer, but eventually the good positivity, all that good stuff kind of outweighs the negative sadness and all that. And I actually had a conversation with my mom the other day about my grandmother, her mom, who passed little over 10 years. She it was in April 12th, and that was in 2012. Or it might have been the 13th, actually. I feel bad for not knowing the exact date, but it was 12th or the 13th of 2012, and it had been 10 years exactly. And my mom was saying something about, like, I felt bad that I don't feel that sad anymore or something like that. And it's like, you don't get over it. Because she's like, I guess I'm over it. I'm like, no, you're never over losing a parent. It becomes a new normal. I had a really good friend, Matt, who once told me, when my dad first got really sick, I was like, dude, this is so weird, man. I don't know. This is difficult. I don't know how we're going to like get used to this. He's like, that's just it though. You just got to get used to it, and it sucks, but like, you can't change the situation. You can only cope with it and kind of make the best out of what you have. And eventually it will become your new normal. And that has stuck with me for years, because any new situation, it's like, this sucks now, but who knows, 6 months, a year, whatever it is, this will be the new normal. And it won't be bad. It'll just be new. And that's kind of what I've dealt with my dad. Looks like we got some people coming in. Sorry, again, I don't know. I think Chris might have some stuff going on. But thanks for tuning in. Feel free to comment if you so choose. You don't have to. But tonight it looks like it's just going to be me. And hopefully things are all good in Chris's hood. I can't believe I just said that. Thank you. Well, I don't know why you didn't say anything, but like, I thank you for like understanding what I'm saying, I guess, because and I guess the reason I'm talking about this is because it seems fitting that this is episode 96 and we're coming up on 100 and my dad's birthday, and that's remembering him. He would have been 60. I lost him about a little over 2 years ago. It was in December of 2019, and that was just a shock. I mean, it just, you do get used to it. You don't get over it necessarily. It doesn't get easier necessarily. It's the new normal. And I'm always reminded of my dad every day. I think of him all the time, but in a good way. It's not like, oh, he's gone. I start to think less of that and more of like, oh, I remember that time where he, excuse me, I had a hiccup. Remember that time when he did this or said that or whatever. And this is a quick little video, so I'm going to play it twice. I played it on this show before, but it's one of the only video clips or video thing I have with my dad. I do have a short film that I made in I won't say audio video class. Technically, it was a film production class that I had in here at a local community college. I was going for a digital media degree, specifically graphic design, and I never finished it. But I had thought about trying to finish it. I just lost the love for graphic design. I do love creating, but I lost the desire and that determination to be a graphic designer, because it just wasn't what I wanted to do for a living, But in that class, I made a short film, a couple, and my dad helped me out with one of them. We were practicing things like foreshadowing, practicing writing dialogue, angles, editing, all that sort of stuff. Very basic, very, very, very core, like lessons and all that of video writing and everything else. And since then, as some of you know, because I've talked about it on the show here, I have a full feature-length screenplay that I wrote. I have a second draft of. I'm still waiting to write a third draft. I've got a couple of friends out there that are supposed to read it and get back to me. Sorry. No, they're busy. They're really busy dudes, and I totally get it. No hard feelings at all. But I want to play a short clip. It's like the 2-second clip, and I've put it on here before. Let's check it out.
I ain't too old to kick your ass.
One more time.
I ain't too old to kick your ass.
My dad saying, I ain't too old to kick your ass. We'll see it one more time.
I ain't too old to kick your ass.
I love it. See, I used to watch that and get all sad, but now it's funny.
Too old to kick your ass.
That's kind of my dad right there. Well, that literally is my dad right there. But it was just who he was, and how he was. He, would joke around, but then at the same time, he would be serious when he had to. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't have any plans for the show today, honestly. I mean, I kind of forgot that it was supposed to happen until like a little after 8 o'clock, which here on the East Coast is 8:55. We've been out here going on 18 minutes. Of course, if you forgot what show this is, it's Between a Pot and a Hard Place. But yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just talking, about my dad and stuff. Okay, Facebook user. Not sure who this is. It's someone in the group. For some reason, Facebook's group settings mixed in with StreamYard for some reason. It's really the Facebook Live, because we're streaming right now on Facebook.com/Between a Pot and a Hard Place, which is our main show page. Facebook.com/groups/Between a Pot and a Hard Place, which is our Facebook group, obviously. And also here on YouTube, Between a Pot and a Hard Place. And you'll see all those social media handles here at the bottom. Twitter @Pot and Hard Place. Follow myself at Steven_Colton, and follow Chris at CJ_Kirk1979. And also Mark Guggenheim is an amazing dude, I don't want to say personal friend, but I've grown to have, a friendly relationship with the man, and he's one of my favorite human beings in the world. Oh, man. Let's see. I think Chris might be joining us. All right, I think he might be joining us. He he missed the message, and which is totally fine. I mean, it's a Friday. We're not normally on Fridays, so it's, it happens. Let me make sure I'm live. Yeah, of course I'm live. People are responding and talking. But yeah, going back to Facebook user here, I'm not sure who this is. I'm sure I do, but it doesn't show your name. Thank you. I love that I have it too. I have the full video. That's just a tiny little clip. The full video is like, I want to say like 3 minutes or something like that. It's like a short film. It's well, I mean, it's technically a short film. It's just a quick little video. Let's see if Chris is coming or not. And if he doesn't, it's totally fine. Let's see. But yeah, enough about all that. Oh, hey. Duh. Yeah, it didn't tell me who you were because like I said, the Facebook groups are weird with our live streams and they don't show the names for the group people sometimes. But yeah, I do love that I have that too. I'll play it one more time.
Too low to kick your ass.
But yeah, I'm gonna try to get on the 22nd, which is hopefully it lines up right for our 100th anniversary. Wow, 100 years in the podcast. 100th episode. But yeah, 100th episode coming up. I really wanted to line it up and kind of do it on his birthday because I try to do something on his birthday. Like I'll watch a certain movie or play a certain video game that he liked or ride around and just go to the places we went to together, things like that, just something to remember him. But I know one thing we definitely are going to do. We are going to review Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke on the May 22nd episode. Now, if it gets to the point where we can't fit in the scheduling right to make the May 22nd episode, the 90 or 100th episode, and if it's the 99th episode or 98th episode, I came to the point where I realized today that I'm going to do that special episode anyway, regardless if it's number 100. I would like to have it be 100, which is why we're doing the show now, because I don't want to fall behind too much. So I'm going to try to get that done. But either way, we're going to review that movie because it's one of my dad's favorite movies. Am I driving okay, man? Like, some of you may not get that if you don't know the movie, but I think we're pirates, man. But anyway, yeah, we're going to be talking about that movie. Maybe a little bit more stuff. It's going to be a special, like, this is the Barbara Walters 2020 special. So sort of. It's going to be a fun show, I think. Let's see what Chris is doing. All right, yeah. But yeah, Chris couldn't make it tonight, which is cool. It's kind of weird and kind of challenging to do the show by myself because I don't have Chris to be like, okay, stop rambling. Let's talk about the Flash now. But it is fun sometimes to just kind of get on here and talk and read comments and things like that. I kind of feel like, when you're a kid and your parents are not home and they let you stay home for the first time by yourself, you're like, it's kind of, I'm like, yes. No, I'm just kidding. The two of us have been doing this show together for so long now. It's weird not doing it with him here, and it's totally fine. I mean, it happens. We, like I said before, we normally do them on Sundays, and we're both kind of feeling kind of not great on Sundays, so it was like, okay, let's just wait till Friday. And then since we're not used to doing it on Fridays, I myself almost forgot. Chris wasn't ready, and that's fine. Like I was barely ready, and he just, it happens. It's kind of fun to do it. Moon Knight, I will say I really actually I didn't see the finale. That came on That popped up yesterday, right? Because the last one I saw was when they had to balance the scales and everything on that weird ship thing. I don't want to go too in depth with some of the shows because I would like to do that with Chris, with him here. But I don't think I saw the latest one, honestly. Wednesday, really? Okay, so yeah, I did not see that one. I didn't see it yet. I was gonna watch it yesterday, because on Wednesday I had a lot to do, and I got home and I was like, "Oh no!" Okay, and I just kind of forgot to watch it, because I watched Superman and Lois on Wednesday, the next day. Okay, so yeah, I didn't see it at all then. So no spoilers, please. No spoilers. Um, I got home on well, I was off on Wednesday, but I got home that evening and I was playing some games, whatever, and I wanted to watch Superman and Lois, so I watched that on Wednesday, and then Wednesday night is AEW wrestling, so I watched that. And by that point, I was so tired because I had gotten up at like 6 o'clock that morning, and I was just super tired. I went to bed at like 2, got up at like 6 or something. Yeah, it was exhausting that day. And so on yesterday morning, I watched the Flash episode, and my God, oh, wow, that was a good one. But again, I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't know if Chris is caught up with everything, and I don't want to like really go into discussions of shows without him because that's kind of what we do. I'm here to kind of just talk to you all, whoever's popping up in the chat and everything, and to kind of just talk about where the show came from, where it's going. Next week we're going to be at $1 million studio. No, I wish. I'm still trying to get to California, so I'll be here waiting for a ride. Stick my thumb out. Okay, we'll try something else later to get there. Try teleporting, but no. I actually am still trying to plan flying out there to meet up with Chris in person for the first time, and our great friend Mark Guggenheim, who some of you know, some of you don't know. Mark is a writer, producer, director, executive producer. He does a lot of stuff. And we talk about him a lot on this show because he's been a sponsor. Excuse me, I need some water. It's dry in here. He's been a sponsor on this show. He's helped us out a little bit, getting some things going, getting us hooked up with some interviews and things like that. Without him, we wouldn't have gotten people. And some of you don't realize this. Or we haven't really talked because we didn't do a show Sunday, and Sunday was supposed to be our big episode with the showrunner from The Flash, which airs on the CW on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock. We were going to have showrunner Eric Wallace on the show here this past Sunday night. But unfortunately, about a week and a half or so before that episode, Eric's assistant emailed us and, it's like, okay, something came up. He can't make it. And we're like, oh no, why? But then I have to remember that Eric Wallace is running a big time TV show. It's been going on this show it's in its 8th season. So it's like, okay, all I do is go to work and come home at night. I don't run a TV show. But this graphic's outdated, but he will be coming up. I want to say it is June 3rd, Sunday, June 3rd, 4th, whatever. I believe it's the 3rd. The Flash showrunner, Eric Wallace, not May 1st. It's been delayed, but Sunday, I want to say June 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, we will have the Flash showrunner, Eric Wallace, coming onto the show. Yeah, it's kind of funny. This episode kind of feels like one of those. We've had a lot of great moments on this show. Let's take a look at some of those. And then you look at an invisible screen that pops up, and then it zooms in, and it's like a flashback episode. We don't have that technology. Well, we have the technology, but we don't have the clips. But we do have this clip.
Too old to kick your ass.
I mean, and hopefully soon we can get another past guest on, Lee Newton, who is a up and coming country music performer. She grew up locally here over in, I believe, Canton, Waynesville area, and she's pretty good. And I had this little clip that I was going to play a while back when she was supposed to be on, but some things got turned around, mixed up, and she couldn't make it. She's been very busy for the last year or so doing new things. She's got 2 albums out now. She's got a couple music videos, and she's getting involved in some award shows at the Grand Ole Opry, like all this stuff. So let's just play this real quick.
Life ain't always supposed to be this hard. Gonna get put down to forget who you are.
So that's a little taste of one of her songs. And she, as you saw in the graphic there, she was a 2021 Josie Award winner. And the Josie Awards are a music award. I'm not 100% familiar with them, but she's won it twice now. And this year, she'll be presenting at the same award show. Or did that already happen? No, it's coming up. But yeah, we're gonna try to get her on the show again very, very soon. She's a great guest. She's so full of energy that, oh my gosh. If you haven't seen the episodes, go back to YouTube and I think they're on Facebook still. Lee Newton and Lee Newton Returns, I think is how I titled it. But she's really good. She's great. She's got so much energy, upbeat, positive, and oh my gosh. And she's such a good performer. And her new album, actually, let me see if I can pull this up. It's on YouTube. It's called Unleashed, I believe. But it's spelled a little bit different, which is really cool because it's her name. Let's see. Yes, it's actually in my history, so yay. Let's see. So I'm going to share the screen with everyone so you can see if you like country music, you like different things, you can go check it out. So I'm not going to play anything on here because I know it's Lee's music and she would not mind at all. And she told us we could play her stuff on here, but I don't know, YouTube and stuff. I would rather send you to her page so you can give her the love and support her that way. So you can see here. Whoops, wrong way. You can see here, you've got Lee Newton, new CD Unleashed. But look on the other side there. Let me move our little logo here for a second. Unleashed album by Lee Newton. You can go on and just search Lee Newton Unleashed. That Unleashed is UNLEESHED. Unleashed. See what she did there? Her name is Lee. Anyway, it's some good stuff. I told my mom about it, and she loves Lee Newton. She never knew who she was. She never heard of her before. I discovered Lee on. I discovered that kid. She's gonna go places. But I found her through a different radio show, and this isn't a radio show, but I found her through a radio show here. Not here; it's in South Carolina. I just keep messing up, don't I? But no, and she, at first we kind of argued online. I was like, "How dare you?" I don't know. There was an issue, and I don't want to get too deep into it. We've never really fully talked about that. It was nothing though. It was like some stupid little Facebook argument, and by the end of it, we're like, "Oh, you're really cool. You're really cool." And we spent like all night messaging each other and talking about music. And she's such a cool person. She's such a wonderful, wonderful person. some big, good, great things are happening in her life, and she's a huge inspiration to me too. Okay, I'm not a musician or anything like that, but just that positivity. You see her, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited," and it's amazing. I'm like, I wish I had that energy. I wish I felt that great any of the time, you know. So it kind of like you feel that energy even through video, like you feel the energy, and it's just amazing. So I love having her on here, and I want to have her on again at some point soon. Our viewers love seeing Lee so far. Another one I'm trying to get. We're trying to get Jordan Elsass back on, and if you don't know who Jordan Elsass is, he plays Jonathan Kent, who is the son of Superman and Lois on the hit CW series Superman and Lois, and it's one of the only only few shows that got renewed on the CW as far as the superhero shows. You know, Legends of Tomorrow canceled, Batwoman canceled. All these shows are getting canceled, but yet The Flash and Superman and Lois are still there. They also have coming off a new DC show. What is it called? Like Superhero Academy School for Children or something. I don't know. But it's a new show coming out, and then that Naomi show, which it's not really my thing. I don't know. I couldn't get into it. Sorry. I don't hate it. We don't hate on things here on this show, but I just didn't love it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But yeah, hopefully we can get some people from Legends on, because I had been in talks with some people at Warner Brothers, some of the publicists for the different shows. Mark Guggenheim actually hooked us up with these contacts, and we've been talking to some of them. It's like we got Eric Wallace that way. We got Jordan Elsass was a connection to that. Been trying to get Alex Garfin, who plays Jordan, the other son of Superman and Lois, in Superman and Lois, the hit CW series, airing every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, I guess 8 p.m. everywhere. I don't know. I guess it airs 8 p.m. Pacific too, but just that would be later in the time. Time. But yeah, we're cooking up some things, I think. The plan for going to California would have been, we still want to, I think, go to LA, Los Angeles, Hollywood. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but we were going to go to Hollywood and film so we can do the whole, where is it? It's going to be like, hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Play the Bottom of the Hard Place, live from Hollywood, just so I can do that. You know, I would love to be able to do that. And then behind us, you see the Hollywood sign or whatever. Or we can go to the Tcl Chinese Theater, which is a pretty big deal. You know, and Chinese Theater is a pretty famous place. They got the handprints and stuff in the cement. Do it live from there, just standing outside the front of the building with our phone or something, like holding it up like, we're live. It would be awesome to do that. Then I can go to Kevin Smith's house and knock on his bathroom window. I'm like, oops, sorry. No, I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. Although I don't think he lives too far from the Chinese Theater. So no, just kidding. Would love to go to Hollywood to just kind of sightsee, do the whole touristy thing. And my original plan was to just fly from here to there. And that's an expensive trip. And I was going to try to do it. Then I had some car issues. Now I'm trying to save because I'm going to have to move in like 6 months. And so it's like, what do you do? You have these plans, and then I'm talking to my roommate. He's like, dude, that's like a once in a lifetime kind of thing. It's like, yeah, I mean, I could probably do it more than once, but at the same time, it is a big deal, to be able to go, well, not literally coast to coast, but one end of the country to the next, and I forgot to put our little graphic back up. How dare me? There we go. But yeah, literally east to west, and it's like, I haven't been to California. Oh my gosh. I was 17 years old. And I'm 19 now. So no, I'm not 19 years old. I'm 35. Can you believe that? People that know me, my family and stuff like that, they're like, you feel old. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm paying. I don't know if you're still there, but if you are, you get it. Anyway, yeah, the current idea is fly to Las Vegas from here, which would take a few hours, and then while in Las Vegas, maybe look around. I don't really want to gamble because I don't really like. I mean, I don't like losing money. And plus, I don't want to be greedy either because if I win, I'm like, give me all the monies. But no, I don't. I might walk around. It's like, ooh, look, lights and stuff like that. But catch a bus from Las Vegas over to California, and that would be about a 4-hour bus ride to get from there to there. I don't know why I did that. You know what travel is. You know how it works. You start somewhere and end somewhere. But for me, I start somewhere and never end. I'm just like, yep. But yeah, 4-hour. So it'd be like, I don't know, like 10 hours or something like that altogether. I don't know, something. Well, not quite that, but because we have flights. I work at the airport here in Asheville, North Carolina, and they have flights coming in or going out and coming in all the time from Las Vegas. So it would be nothing to hop it on. Let me hop it on that plane. No, it'd be nothing to just get on one of those and go. I mean, of course, you got to book it in advance and all that. And that's what I'm trying to play with now is when do I take my vacation? I mean, I'm almost at a year. It's in July. I don't know what date. So I'm trying to play with that and see if I know this specific date is when I can take it, then I can plan around that. But the reason I'm kind of thinking about it again is because at first it was like $600. I'm like, I can't do that now. I got to save up money to move with and all this stuff. It's just not a good time. But then I started thinking, I was like, how often do I get to go to California and LA? And, even if we didn't go into LA, it would still be nice to go to California and see Chris and meet for the first time in person and be able to go, yay, make a little live video where I'm walking out the plane, like, and we do a slow motion run and hug. Or probably not, but who knows? I was going to get Corey to drive here to get me and take me there, but it's like $3,000. Thanks, Corey. I am. So you are peeing. But yeah, $3,000 Uber. Ridiculous, right? No, but honestly, I'm thinking it's doable because Asheville to Vegas, not the $3,000 Uber, no thanks. But yeah, Asheville to Vegas and then Vegas to California on bus. I think doing that, the trip is so much cheaper that way than to fly from Asheville to California because Asheville to California is like 3 or 4 planes depending on the flight itself. There's one that I saw that goes from, say, here in Asheville, like here to Asheville. That's a quick flight. Ladies and gentlemen, we're boarding Asheville to Asheville. Your flight time is 0.3 seconds. But no, imagine that, like lift off, back down, like that'd be dumb. But yeah, it's like Asheville to like Charlotte was one of them. And then you're in Charlotte for like 2 hours. And then you go to Charlotte to California, or then Asheville to Dallas, Texas, and Dallas, Texas to California. One was Asheville to Denver, Colorado to California. Then one of them was Asheville to Atlanta, then to Dallas, then to California. It was a 12-hour trip. I'm like, I'm $600 to ride in 4 different planes in one day to go to one place. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is insane. So I look up. Then there were some very cheap flights to Las Vegas. I mean, the last I looked, it was like $115. It was the current deal. Now, those deals change every day. They're not always the same. But $115 round trip plus taxes and things. But, that's a lot cheaper than $600. So it's like that might be doable. All I got to do is work 1 extra day. And I can make the money to, just couple extra, and I've been doing like an extra hour every day. I go in an hour early to work now instead of going in at 10 a.m. I go in at 9 a.m. so that I can have that $1 extra. I did $1 an hour, folks. It's 1922. I make that 1 extra hour of pay every day, so that's 4. I usually work 4 days a week by choice. So I like to have that 3rd day off. So 36 hours in 4 days is pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't know what that was, but. Yeah, I'm trying to make more money. I'm trying to save more, buy less, I need to stop buying action figures. Oh, what's that? Action figures? I'm glad you asked. I just got a bunch of action figures. Well, not just got them recently before I started trying to not buy them anymore. If you remember this character, and I've shown some of these, I think maybe I don't know, but this is April O'Neil from the very first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie in 1990. So that's a cool April. Let's see. Be really careful with these because she doesn't stand up very well on her own. We also have a different April. And the reason I have two of these is because she came in a 2-pack. You like the unboxing videos? Let's see. Well, I could rebox all of these now and open them again if you would want. But I try to do more videos. I've tried to buy less figures lately because I'm trying to save and everything, trying to get to California and try to move and all that. But when I do them, sometimes I forget to record anything, or I usually go live, but it might be easier if I start just recording it and then editing later because I don't feel like getting ready, sitting at the computer and doing it, and then going, okay, 3, 2, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Like sometimes I don't feel like doing that every time I buy something, and I do need to cover that more. But this April comes, and thank you for enjoying those, by the way. That means a lot. This April came with this Casey Jones, and this is one of the figures I really wanted. He has a sword. I don't know why he didn't come with this hockey stick that he has in the movie, or a bat. It's like, yo, is that a Jose Canseco bat when he's fighting Raphael? But yeah, he's got a separate head that you can actually remove this one and put the other one without the mask on. So that's cool. Like, oh wait. Oh, just shut up and kiss me. That's the end of the movie. Spoilers. But if you haven't seen it, it's from 1990. Come on, get with the game. If you have HBO Max, it's on there. Or you can get the DVD at Walmart for like $5. So slackers, go get it. But yeah, that's Casey Jones and April. Let's put them back over here. And see, she leans. Like when you sit her flat, she leans forward too much because her legs are weird. And I think it has to do with her skirt because her legs fully move, but they can't move that far because of the skirt. And you don't want to rip it or anything like that. So it's like hard to get her posed right. And then the little foot thing falls off. And you can't what some figures have, it's okay. First of all, let me explain why she's so hard to stand. So I have to reopen the camera. I have to sync it up again and all that good stuff. There we go. I don't know why it does that or if you could hear me that all the time, but I'm back. So the reason she's hard to stand up is because she's got these little heels on. And so she can stand on her own, but it's very difficult. So they give you these little stands with the peg on it. But the peg pops out pretty easily. There we go. Hopefully she'll stand. No, she's leaning again. Hopefully I can just prop her up or something. Please don't fall over. One time this April fell over and I didn't realize what it was. And I'm like, Okay. I think we're back again. Because the internet keeps getting weird on me. And I don't know why, but it does. So hopefully everybody can see me and hear me all right. Let me know. But yeah, we saw the 2 Aprils and the Casey Jones. Let's see. Another one that we're gonna go to 2 of the Turtles that I have. I don't know if I've ever unboxed these. I think I showed these on the show before. There's Michelangelo. We have him, so he's pretty cool. The detail on these things are pretty awesome. Pretty cool. Pretty good. And Raphael. That was weird. Raphael. Pretty awesome. And the Turtles stand up pretty easily on their own. Like, they don't have any issues at all. Unless you bend their knee by accident and then have to, like, bend them back, and then it's a whole thing. We have Splinter. He's a pretty cool one. I put him on the stand because he is very hard to stand up on his own. His legs are very thin. If you balance him just right and angle it right, you can make him stand up, but it's kind of tricky. So I just use this stand from a DC character. It's like from Superman or something, and I have it gripped around his head so it just holds him up. These are really cool stands. They're better. I think they're a little bit better than just a single peg stand. But you can take this little thing off, and it is just a peg stand. You can see the peg right over here somewhere, I think, yeah. But that's Splinter. And then going to my oldest Turtles figure, not Turtles figure in general, but of these newer figures. Okay, my internet's good. I just looked at my router. It's blue now, so everybody can relax. It's blue. That means it fell off. It's broken. I do weird voices sometimes. I don't have Chris here to keep me in line. Why is this not working? Oh, well, duh, because this isn't made for the shredder. I just put it on there because he fell over a couple times. The house I live in is pretty old, and so the floors are to the point where it's like, the vibration and stuff. So things fall over at times. We have the shredder here. I finally put his cape back on him because he came with the cape, obviously. You see it here. And it's pretty accurate to the movie. It's got that shine to it. It's got little metal pieces that you can bend and shape it how you want. And he's got pretty great detail. You could actually take the mask off. Pretty good. So we've got that. We're going to put him back here. Please don't fall. One of my favorites, though, is from Turtles 2. This is the Super Shredder. Bum, 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 Super Shredder. Dun, dun, dun. Super Shredder. Dun, dun, dun. Super Shredder. His cape is pretty cool, too. And it's got this greenish, like, reddish, different shade. You can see, you can see the details here. Just got the big spikes everywhere and all this cool stuff. This is, if you don't remember the movies, this Shredder, and just to show a size comparison to the Turtles, it's pretty accurate to how big he was in the movie, He's huge. Like, I can't do Michelangelo's voice anymore. Every time I do it, it sounds like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Like, zoinks, I'm the turtle. Like, I can't do it anymore. But yeah. Shredder in the second movie drank a bunch of Who's and he became Super Shredder. But this is technically a Turtles 2 figure, but I saw it and I was like, I gotta have this one. So there's a couple more I'd like to get if I ever found them. Right now I'm trying to hold off on buying figures because they are very expensive. Not very expensive, but when you buy them a lot, it adds up. Over the year of this past year, I bought all these Turtles figures that I just showed. And I've also bought, let me swing over here for a minute. I've shown these before, these Aew Wrestling Figures. This entire ring that I have is so full of wrestlers. None of them are standing on their own. They're all just leaning into each other. I don't think I could fit any more in here. So to put it in a way, this looks like a bunch. If I took every penny that I've used to buy these figures here with the ring too. If I had all that money right now, I could buy a ticket to California and fly there and back. But that's over the course of like a year, though. That's the thing. You sit here and think like, I've collected all these things, and you spend it a little here, a little there, and next thing you know, you've got all these figures. And I've been keeping the boxes to my turtle stuff. Here's the Shredder Splinter. They came in a 2-pack together. Kind of shows. Here's what Shredder looks like without the mask. I mean, I'm sure if you've seen the movie, you know this already. Then we have the box for. So this is kind of like unboxing videos, but I unboxed them and then showed you the box. This is the Raphael Michelangelo box. You can see here he comes with. Well, they both come with a couple pieces of pizza. I love that classic look there. That's like one of my oldest memories, just seeing that picture. Extra hands and little bandanas. The little bandana things. There's 2 separate pieces you can put in the back of their head. Oh, look, you can see the reflection of the computer screen. Ooh. Sorry, I'm like a raccoon. Ooh, shiny. And then the Casey Jones and April box that is the most recent. And you can see his extra mask, which he can't wear it, but he can put it on. And then you see the Casey head right there without the mask. And you see it again in the screen. And then even the drawings that she does in the first movie, you can kind of see those there. So that's pretty cool. Whoa, look at that. Whoosh. See what happens when Chris isn't on the show? Pretty crazy. I started doing voices. This box is a cool box. It's the one April that I got before I got the 2-pack. I love this front of the box. It's got this weird effect that doesn't really work on the camera. But when you move it, yeah, it doesn't really work at all on the camera. Interesting. When you move it, it's one of those like holographic type things where it shifts. It's got like static on the TV screen and stuff. It's a pretty cool box. I love boxes with little flaps. But this is the ultimate April. So you've got all these accessories. You've got her purse. You've got some different hands. You got a stack of pizza boxes. And I love the artwork on the inside of the box. It's a scene. Well, not artwork. It's actually a picture of the character. Just like the back of the box, too. Different scenes from the movie. She's got her news microphone. Yeah, and then a bunch of other wrestling toy boxes that I've got stacked up over here. I've been saving most of my boxes, and it's really hot in my house. No air conditioning turned on, and I'm almost an hour. Wow, I've talked for an hour by myself. Wow, it's interesting. Hope I haven't been rambling on too much or too long or anything, but who's here to stop me? Nobody can make me not talk a long time.
To kick your ass.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, hopefully this has been, I don't know, entertaining to some people. I don't know. I haven't gotten on here by myself for a long time and just talked. I do sometimes with the unboxing videos if I get a toy or if I get a figure. Or my dad would have said, "You're playing with dolls." But no, when I get something new, sometimes I'll unbox it on here. But usually I forget. I just get too tired. By the time I get home, I'm just like, and so I don't open them up. Well, I open them up, but I don't, record anything. But yeah, thanks for those of you who tuned in, and thank you. But yeah, it's click that one again. But thanks for saying that is a good episode because, without Chris and I, we usually just talk about TV shows, and every now and then I like to just go off. So I say off script. We never have a script. We just know we're going to talk about Moon Knight and Spider-Man or whatever. My nose is stuffy too. We talk about whatever we know we're going to talk about, and every now and then we just go into it without a plan. And tonight we didn't have a plan, and it ended up being me, which is fun. It's very fun. I've left I've not left the show, but there have been weeks where I wasn't able to do the show. At least one time, I think, and Corey came on with Chris to talk about shows and things. But with me, I didn't really have anybody right off. But we're always looking for new ideas, trying new things. I want to start playing games on here, not like video games, but like maybe do like a fun game on the show where it's like, guess what I'm thinking, or like whatever, something like that, or do a like some sort of trivia type thing, or kind of like a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire style, level game where you start off. Of course, we're not going to give away millions of dollars, but like start off with like 1 point, 2 points, 4 points, 10 points, and do something fun like that. We did that a while back with Mark Guggenheim. It's one of the things he helped us out with in sponsoring the show. He sent us like 4 copies. It's 4. That is one more than 3. 4 copies of DC's Legends of Tomorrow on Blu-ray, the first season. 4 copies. 4 copies also of Aew Season 1 on Blu-ray. A book that he helped write. And it's all this stuff for just to give us something to give away. Because I emailed him. I was like, hey, Mark, how's it going? I want to buy Season 1 of Aew. I'm going to send it to you. If you could sign it and send it back to me so we can give it away to someone. And he was like, I've got this. 4 copies of all that stuff, which is awesome. We gave those away. Well, he sent 4, including the 2 for myself and 1 for Chris. But we had 2 to give away, and we did that. It was a lot of fun. We had Corey, who's, some of you would know him from the comment section. And he's been on the show before. We had him in some torture. We chained him up and like poured water on his face. No, we didn't do that. What we did was we made him go through these like trivia questions and stuff, and it was fun. He played for one of the Blu-ray sets, I think. That was a fun time. And hopefully we can have Mark on the show again. He's a really, really great person, very wonderful person. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming on, and again, and share, comment, like, subscribe to YouTube, all that fun stuff. If you ever catch the mailman outside putting your mail in, tell him about the show, make him watch it, and tell him to tell one other person. And if everybody does that, we'll have like 4 people watching. Well, we have a little bit more than that, but I mean, we're always trying to grow, and do new things, and hopefully we can do live from Hollywood. Yeah, hopefully that'd be good. I didn't even drink that much water, probably because I'm talking more. But yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for being here and talking. I didn't really plan on going an hour by myself. I was going to go like 30 minutes and then stop, but it's been fun to just talk and interact in the comments. I like live shows, so that's why the 2 of us do this show. Do this show. Let me rewind. I took this shit. That sounds like I said I took a. Anyway, I'm going to stop there because that's the point of the show. I start rambling and I start saying weird things because I've been sitting in front of a computer for an hour in like 80-degree room because there's no AC and I forgot to open the windows. So thanks for watching, and Chris will be back. I will be back this Sunday, which is Mother's Day. So I think we'll be able to do it. We might have to push that one too. I don't know. But it'll be I have a fun idea possibly for Mother's Day. So we may not get to do this idea, but hopefully things work out, and we'll have the show next week, and then we'll probably do another show on next Friday of some kind. And so that we can push to the 22nd, which would be our 100th episode, and what will officially end season 1. Now, I don't know how many shows you see that have a 2-year-long one season. But when I started this podcast, again, I didn't plan on it being such a long thing. It was just like some therapy kind of stuff to help me, get things out, to say them out loud and to hear them back and things like that. And it worked. And then we started talking about fun stuff, and it just grew it from there. And I never officially ended the season or whatever. And I never really had the idea of doing seasons at all. Just do episode. And then when I was talking to Chris about it, it was like, okay, well, what happens next? We're gonna get to episode 276. Like, oh, remember that one episode? Which one? 276. Which one is that? Like, what season? I don't know. That's 276. Like, so we kind of want to do seasons. So we're gonna start fresh after episode 100. It'll be episode 1, season 2. And we're going to maybe, I don't know if we're going to do 100 per season or if we're going to start cutting it back and doing the more traditional seasons. We're going to try to have different things and make it, try to grow, try to, get different things and get people subscribing. Our Facebook group has over 1,100 people, I think, and they post constantly. Some of those people live different parts of the world who can't watch live because it's like, I don't know, 4 a.m. over there or something. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun 2 years. We're coming up on 100, and things are good. We didn't do like a 2-year anniversary show. I did one for the first anniversary, but I didn't do one on the second anniversary, which is back in January. So like the 100th episode is going to be, this episode is kind of like looking back at the second year and the whole history and everything. And then the 100th episode is going to be a fun kind of tribute to my dad, because he never knew. I think I said this earlier in the show. I was like, he never knew I had a podcast. I didn't have a podcast, so he wouldn't have known about it. But he probably, knowing him, if I did a show like this, he would probably walk behind me and either like flip a bird or like do the little like ears or like turn around like a farting gesture and like kind of wave it at me or something goofy behind me, like those little kids do on the news when you see them like on YouTube, like walk behind people and like blah, 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 blah. I mean, I feel like he would have done something like that. Or, I would be here talking and then all of a sudden you'd see him behind me.
Too old to kick your ass.
He was actually sitting like right here on this couch during that. So it's cool. I love having that clip. But yeah, next week we will play the full video. It's like 3 minutes. If I still have it on my computer, I believe I do. But yeah, I've been holding this water for like 10 minutes now, and I haven't even taken a sip. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. Thanks everybody again for coming tonight and watching. You can follow us at all that stuff down there. I've been talking so long, I don't have more idea. I can't even speak. No English. I don't have enough energy to keep going on. So it's about time to wrap it up anyway. So thank you again. Thank you. Tune in next Sunday, 8:30. That sounds like a movie. Like it's 8:30. But yeah, thanks everybody, and we'll see you next time. Forgot how to close this. There it is. See you next time. Water.